Hey guys, good evening. How do I tell who's in the? Oh, okay, zero. Okay, the zero in the chat right now. So
Yeah, because you kind of started late. You gotta like update people on when you're about to
I
start.
will. Hey guys, welcome to YouTube. Oops. All right, we're gonna have to. How do we take the sounds off of there?
Is there a way to mute like your messages, your notifications?
I'm trying to figure out the sound. See, now it's doing like a
Yeah, that's why it said really to wear.
playback. Okay.
You could wear like.
Is it echoing for you guys? Yes, it is.
Where's those headphones that you plug in? Your wired headphones?
But I can't plug them into this because it doesn't plug into this iPad.
Over here. The white ones, the Apple ones.
Oh, they're upstairs, I think. What's up, Jess? What's up, DB Bentley? What's up, Helen? No echo? Good. Okay.
If there was echo, you would hear it.
I would hear it myself, yeah. All right, so maybe I'll just stay away. I'll keep the microphone. Trying to get acclimated to this YouTube thing. Hi, Chelsea. So did everybody listen? We'll talk a little bit about the calls. Everybody listen to any of the calls recently? I know there's a couple that came out. There was one today with Alexis. I think there's a couple that have been on Patreon, but I haven't listened to those.
Here, if you wear these,
Yes.
you won't have to worry about it.
Okay.
And also,
I'm going to try headphones
if
to see if the echo cancels out.
Oh, I thought it had the.
Yeah, no, I didn't think so. But it's okay because they said there's no echoing right now. Okay, you heard the Alexis call. Yeah, I think Britt was the one that was saying, and I agree with her, they're all starting to sound the same. It's like the same call over and over and over again. The laughing, the just like ridiculousness. Why is everyone trying to procreate with Wade? I don't know. If you find the answer to that, please let me know. It's wild. So I had a chance to listen a little bit to Zav Girl. She was reading the emails. And I think she has like 6 parts now. That's how many emails she has that she's gone through. Ooh, when did she admit that, Alexis? I didn't know that. I didn't know that she had admitted to that because she always stuck to the story that she met him. She said that she had known him before. ran into him at the Buddha the night of the unalivings. Oh, I missed that. She said it in the call. I missed that. And I listened to the call, but I'll be honest, I start to drift off because it's just I don't know, I just find it all so boring at this point. It's just that it's really just the same old stuff. The same old stuff. And that call was in April, so that was 2 months before his trial. So I listened to Dev Girl. I was listening to her read the emails. And then I had gone over to Melissa Jade, and Melissa Jade she had like, I guess in the reports, the disciplinary reports, there was photos of inside the jail and inside the cell and all of that, and, that's the first time we really seen the inside. So if you have a chance and you haven't yet, she has it on her live videos, but if you go to just her regular videos, she does have much shorter videos where she kinda just breaks it down quickly. I know, it is hard to hear in between the hideous laughing. It's really it's excessive, it's obnoxious. So anyway, what I'd like to do is I'd like to discuss um, Emma Ray Gervasi. She's on the screen. We're gonna just go through um, basically what's going on or what happened with her. She's not far. I would say probably about 17 miles from where I live. Um, she went missing on December 9th. She was missing for 26 days, and during that time, her dad was posting to social media every day with updates. He was searching, high and low for her and sharing his updates. The entire community came together to find her. She had gone out of the house and she left the house with no shoes and no coat. It looked like she was gonna get something from her car from the car, and then, she ended up getting in the car with I believe they said with an older what looked like an older gentleman. So, she, was missing all that time, and her dad was searching every day and posting updates. He would say day 1, day 2, day 3, every day, would be an update. He said that he got a lot of leads. He had a ton of leads, but a lot of them turned out to be, unreal, the leads. They were a lot of, like he said he got people saying they wanted ransom, all different kinds of calls that he received, but they had put out I believe it was a $10,000 reward for information leading to finding her. Hey, Jahira. And so they put out this reward and he continued to search for her. And on day 26, he got a phone call, I believe. I don't think he actually specified exactly how he found out, but a woman reached out and said that she was on a boat in Islip, Long Island. And hey, Sam, she was on a boat in Long Island and she was able to give a description of her. And the dad said that he almost wasn't going to follow the lead because he felt like he had gotten so many false leads. So he was kind of like, I don't know if I'm going to follow this lead. But he did end up going. He said he called the police before he got there, and they hadn't arrived, but he had arrived and they hadn't. So he went in the boat, and when he got inside the boat, she was there, and she was safe, thank God, and alive and coherent. And he did say that she was being held against her will. She was being restrained, and he um he said that the police arrived shortly after. So he said maybe about 5-6 minutes after the police did arrive. There was nobody else on the boat. They think maybe the lead came from somebody who might have been on the boat and maybe, realize like someone's looking for this girl. She's very young. Um, it's crazy because they're saying that if you look at certain articles, they're saying they haven't released his information, the man who they believe took her, but he was definitely charged with I don't know, I have to get familiar with YouTube and what I can say, but basically grape, basically like endangering a child, and there was one other charge. It was 3 charges, and he was being held in the jail in Islip. So he's a 65-year-old man. That's all we really know. Allegedly his name is Buckheit is the last name. I did post a clip on TikTok of his Facebook page. There's been a lot of comments on his Facebook page from different people. All these people are coming out now because his name was released and they're posting. There was a post on Facebook from a girl who claims that her mom had been unalived while she was on that boat. So I do think that there is more to this. She went missing on December 9th. They found her, I believe it was January 4th when they found her. And so her dad actually did an episode with Dr. Phil last night. No. So yeah, he was on Dr. Phil last night. He was talking about it. And one of the things that he brought up, that really had me because I'm really strong on this this social media thing. He said, he's like, you really have to keep your kids off social media. The phones, the social media, very dangerous, really puts them in these situations, especially if they're compromised, if they had, if they have substance abuse issues. There is a possibility that she had, based on what her dad had said, that she had some sort of substance abuse issues. 5 minutes. Yeah, so it does look like, there may have been some prior substance abuse issues. Her mom, I believe, also lives on Long Island, but she was living with her dad. Sorry, I'll try to go back and read a little bit of the comments. It is a possibility that they connected online. It does seem like her dad was definitely stressing the social media. So he may have lured her. I don't know if he was pretending. There's not a lot of information yet. He may have lured her It doesn't seem like we know exactly yet how it happened. There may be others involved. Can you tell me about the area you said she was found? What's with the boat? I'm from the east. So, this particular area of Long Island in Islip, it's on the south shore, so it's close to the water. There are a lot of boat slips there, docks, and so it appears that so what I was able to find from his Facebook page is he hasn't really been in touch with much of his family, the man that's accused. And someone had commented that whatever address, somebody had obviously found an address. You know how the sleuths are, they go and they find the addresses and stuff. But they had found an address, and people go crazy. They start already like harassing the people that live there. And somebody had commented and was like, he hasn't lived there in like 3 years. And he is estranged from his family, and he's been living on his boat. So I think that's probably accurate. He was probably living on his boat.
Can I? Oh, I want to say good night to you.
Close the chat. That was Dr. Phil. That was quick, Dr. Phil. Yeah, Dr. Phil did get that interview very quick. Yeah, Mateo's trying to get on, of course. Yeah, so people do live on their boats. I don't know how they do it in the winter, but they do live on their boats over there. They can live on their boats. I mean, I don't think it's very common. A lot of those boats are just docked, but it appears it was parked in a boat slip. If you go, actually, let me see if I can show you guys. I will try to show you what the boat looked like. There was a photo. Here we go. Oops, an ad. So this is the boat. That's what the boat looked like. I have to look more into this case. I might have missed it. How old is she? She's 14. Thanks, Jahira. This is her dad in the corner here. He was talking about the case. They had interviewed him, obviously from the local news. And like I said, this kind of gives the story about what happened and how he found her. This is her dad. I mean, props to her dad, because really sorry, I'm trying to get it off the screen. Yeah, props to her dad, because honestly, and I feel like this is the difference between a parent who doesn't stop and is persistent, and parents who sit back on the sidelines. And that is the difference. When your child's missing, you go, "Hi, Jennifer." You do whatever you have to do. And he was sleepless. He was getting 3 hours of sleep a night, and he was just relentless, looking for her every day. And Dr. Phil said, "Did the cops tell you not to go or to wait for them?" And he was like, "No, they just, they said, well, we'll be there. We'll meet you there." And he went in, and he didn't know if there was going to be somebody on the boat, if there was going to be tons of people on the boat. So there so okay, so within this case, when this happened, I started following her dad, and her dad I noticed her dad had a shirt on and it says protect our children, and it linked back to a organization called Protect Our Children. They are out in the boroughs, the borough of Staten Island, and they are doing work with these situations with this trafficking. And it seems like there are other situations with trafficking. Her dad definitely believes that she was that they were trafficking her. They were holding her against her will. They were making her do unspeakable things. Um, she's obviously in treatment now, and it's going to be, I'm sure, quite a recovery for her. Um, it's very sad because we don't know if, if she had prior abuse. We don't know anything really at this point. So it's possible that there was some other prior abuse and it kind of led her down this way, maybe with substance abuse. And then, they go on these apps and they meet people that they think are one age, and then they turn out to be this disgusting 65-year-old man. So this is definitely when I started to search, I started to find that there is more cases. There are 4 other girls, I believe, missing from Long Island, that are in that same age range. And I know her dad was really concerned that there may have been a pattern. They weren't sure if this was because we had a case of Rex Huberman. What is it? Rex Huberman? I forget exactly how you say his last name, but he's the Long Island, he goes by Lisk. He's the Long Island serial killer, and he was caught not that far from where this happened. So I think people were starting to say, is this another situation of a serial killer? Thank God she was found safe, but after 26 days, it's not as common for them to be found alive after 26 days. So he really got very lucky. And I think that his persistence, putting it all over social media, I really think that made the difference because he ended up getting the lead. He ended up getting the tip ultimately. The cops get tips all day long, and I don't think they have the resources to follow every lead and every tip. And so her dad took it upon himself to follow the leads the way, like he could. I mean, he had a video of him and his wife at one point. He's not married to her mom. He has another wife, but they were out just following leads. Somebody would give them a lead. He would chase the lead. He would go and he would follow the lead. And then he was working with this Protect Our Children organization. And it seems like they were also kind of, I guess, giving him information about what goes on with this trafficking. But if you can watch the Dr. Phil, I would assume you could probably get it on a replay. Try to watch the Dr. Phil. He does talk about it. And it just really raises the issue of social media and our kids being on social media and these apps. They're able, I mean, I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with like the AI, but they can talk to AI as if they're a real person with feelings. Like, it's wild what's going on now. So if you have kids, watch your kids, guys. Don't take them to the store and turn your back for a second and go, grab something off the shelf. If you have young kids, don't leave them unattended. Like, I really do believe it's an epidemic right now. I think we're not talking enough about it, and it seems to be occurring right here in my backyard because Long Island's not that far from me. So it's really scary. I have 2 children myself, so and he said, he's like, it's not just girls, it's boys too. Like it's yeah, you have to watch your girls, but you got to watch boys too because it happens to them too. So it's really scary. And I just wanted to kind of talk about it a little bit. I want to talk a little bit more in depth in it. I want to reach out to some of these organizations and find out what they're doing to get more involved in it, make more, more awareness about it. I'm just It's a very hard thing to navigate right now as a parent with social media. It really is because, if you don't let your kids on social media, then they're the odd man out because all the other kids are on it, right? All the parents are allowing their kids to get on it. And then your kid is the weirdo who's not allowed to go on it, right? And I've always been the parent. I've always been the parent that's like, I don't care what other parents do, and I'm still that way. I don't care what other parents do. This is what we're going to do in our home. This is how we're going to do it. But it's very hard when, your child is amongst all of these other friends that have phones that can show them things on their phones. So even if your kids don't have it, they're showing them things on they're showing. I see it, that, oh, look, I'll show you this video on my phone, or they send them a video or a clip or something and they see it, anyway, even if they're not on social media. So the best thing is to just really drill it into their heads and educate them that if they are on these platforms, they need to be super careful. And, I was always upfront with my kids and I'm like, you could be talking to some old man, some crazy old man, you could be talking to anybody. Anybody could be anybody they want to be on the internet. So I think it's really important that if you're going to allow them, because I feel like there's no way to avoid it today. You can't, it's so hard. You can keep them off for a certain time, but then eventually you can't avoid it. So being that you can't avoid it, just educate them on the dangers of social media and meeting people online. It's not like when I was, I met my husband online back in 2000, I think it was. It's not like that anymore. And listen, it was probably dangerous then too, but it's another level of danger today. It really is. It's very scary. There's games with, where they can communicate with other people on games. YouTube, I mean, every app has like some sort of messaging where they can communicate with each other. So even when you think like, oh, they're playing a game, they're safe. No, they're not. You need to make sure that messaging is turned off, that friends can't be just added, settings, you have to check the settings. I mean, there's just so many things that you have to be aware of. But I do want to dig a little bit deeper into this at some point and find out what's going on and why there are other children missing. It's unfortunate because it does happen to kids that get into substances. These predators use the substances as a way to lure them in. Well, I can get you this, I can get you that, do this for me, do that for me. And, this is kind of how it starts. So really scary. It's real. It's happening. I mean, I'll be honest, when she went missing, I was like, oh, she's probably just a runaway. Of course I shared it and I wanted her to be found, but the first thing you think is like, oh, it's probably just a runaway situation, but to find out that it really was trafficking and that, she really was being held against her will, it was scary because it's like, these are people that are literally living in suburban neighborhoods with families. And this is going on. So really scary. Anyway, so that's Emma Gervasi. I think her dad will be speaking more. I do think he's getting into some advocating now. And I think we'll be hearing more from him in the future. And I'll probably be covering it again more in the future. Yeah, so that's what I wanted to discuss tonight. Tomorrow I am doing a recording. I'm going to be doing a recorded video, so it won't be live. It'll be posted at some point this weekend with Allie Spice's dad. She is the young girl who was a social media excuse me. Hey Kirsten, she was a social media influencer who was in the car with Devin Perkins. His mom was on my live several weeks ago discussing Devin's case. No worries. And he's going to be speaking on Devin's behalf. He does support Devin not getting, not being charged with Allie's murder the way that, hi, Holly. Not the way that, this man is being, the man that actually committed the act basically went the wrong way on a highway and crashed into them and killed Allie and 2 other passengers and injured Devin. So yeah, we're going to have him on. He's going to be talking about it. Devin's mom did say that there is trying to remember, maybe Britt could put it in the chat. I think it's January 21st. There is a hearing for what they're going to do is be requesting a new trial for Devin because he is facing 30 years to life on this wrong way driver accident because they say he was speeding. And, the person responsible, Petrie is his name. He had pled guilty. He got 30 years and now he's looking to vacate his plea and, basically ultimately withdraw it because he wants to change the plea. So, they're dealing with that. And then on the 21st, they're going to present why they feel they need a new trial. So if you can go to savedevin.com and write the letter or send the letter, she has the information on there. But I will have Allie's dad on tomorrow, and he will explain why he supports Devin and give us a little rundown of Allie and Devin. So I'll be doing that. And then we're going to be covering a new case. I'll be covering a new case. I'm also going to be posting that video of a woman who allegedly committed suicide. Her family does feel that there is some foul play. So her sister has reached out and she's advocating. She cannot get anywhere with she's in Louisiana and she can't get anywhere with the sheriff's office on finding out what is the status of her sister's death investigation. And so she's looking for help to get the word out there so that they can get some answers on her sister's death. So I'll be sharing that story in the upcoming week. I'll be posting it to YouTube. If there's anything that you guys want me to cover, send a message in the Discord. I'm going to start doing, I think we're going to start doing some cold cases. So we had the True Crime Pod Club. I think we're going to do like a cold case club where we cover a cold case once a month. So if there's a cold case that you guys are interested in covering, we could send a message in the Discord and we can cover one of those cold cases. Also want to possibly cover some missing persons. So we're going to be doing that as well. And yeah, that's what the plan is going forward. So feel free to share any information in the Discord so that we can kind of go over that. I want to see if I can get a hold. I've requested some different. I've done some FOIAs and requested some things for different cases. I've requested some stuff on the Wade Wilson. Want to see if we can get anything from D Row. See what's happening there. The latest I heard was that now he's got. I believe he's got no access until September. So, I mean, at this point, it'll go, it'll just be a year and 2 years, and he'll have nothing but snail mail, no visitation, no phone calls. I mean, I think that's the direction that he's going in. So that's what it appears is happening. There was the Alejandra who said from the team who claimed that she was going to come out. She was not on the team. And, she was going to come out. She did a live today. It seemed as though she was trolling us because she went in the live. She had people sitting in there for 20 minutes. She said she was going to go live at whatever, I forget what time it was, 5:00, let's say. And when it's hit that time, she turned off the whole live. So, and some people were saying that they were speaking in German and they could understand what they were saying. And they said that they were literally talking about what a bunch of dummies sitting there waiting, and they're still it appears that they're still supporting Wade. So, yeah, they're just, I think they're just trolling us at this point. How does Jesse think he can stay out of trouble out here? I do not know. How does Jesse think he's ever getting out is beyond me. I'd love to know if Jesse's still in the picture. I really would, but we were trolled in German. Exactly. I definitely think they were trying to play us like a bunch of fools that we were, and we went in there thinking we were actually going to get something. So we fell for it. We did fall for it. I mean, I definitely I don't know if I was buying the whole Alejandra thing. I've been sick. I'm in the hospital, this, that, and the other thing. I really wasn't buying it, but I did, it's believable that the team split up because there's so much shit going on between them. It's such a crock of shit that anything's believable, anything is believable. But it seems as though they're still hanging on with him. They're still hanging on. So yeah, so we'll see what happens. Oops, let's see. I was going to check and see if there were any updates actually on the official Facebook page. I do have access to that. Oddly enough, I was able to get in there. I'll just check real quick and see if there's any. Yeah. There's a Leah, there's an Amy, there's a Veltlana and a Victoria. So it looks like they're still running his Facebook page. It's actually a group, I believe. Yeah, it's a group. So you have to join. But it certainly looks like they are full force. But the funny thing is that everything in these in this page is all thirst traps. It's all videos of him over and over, shots of his crotch, his face, his smile, the smiling. It's all thirst traps, guys. It's this isn't like real support. They have nothing, This was 10 hours ago. Greetings, dear supporters. Let us provide you with a deeper insight into the current documentation. Appeal protocols are a crucial foundation for initiating the process. Below is information about the contents of the documents that have been submitted. Transaction of record, index of appeal filed, redacted first, second photo. The first part includes a detailed index of the appeal containing a description of key case documents, including the indictment, motions, summaries, and other materials, a full account of court proceedings and decisions through the entire process. Then it says transcription of record, index of appeal filed, redacted trial transcripts, third, fourth photo, a list of court hearing transcripts, which serve as the foundation of the appeal analysis. These are crucial pieces of evidence and discussions recorded during court hearings. Then it says next steps. These documents have been officially submitted for review as part of the appeals process. We continue to fight for justice for Wade Wilson. Our efforts have not gone unnoticed. This submission is like a piece of our soul. We will do everything possible to make the world hear us. Oh my God. And it's in the Circuit Court of the 12th Judicial, and then it's record for appeal. And then it's just a list basically of, a case summary, indictment. It basically shows what documents they've pulled. So yeah, they're obviously never reading these documents. Exactly. Tagged you and others. Yeah. So that's what they're saying. I think the other official page, is that one gone now, or is that one still up? Let's see. Wade Wilson official. No, that one is still up, but everything's gone. Everything's gone from there. The link tree's still up. You could still donate to Offerman. Solitary confinement. A bunch of information on death row. So it looks like, the page is still up, but who the hell knows who's running it at this point? Who the hell knows? Britt is here, but she's in the back end. So we were playing around with YouTube and we're using Yardstream. And if you have one person in the background, that person can operate, they can change things. Like on the screen while I'm talking. So we're actually testing that out to see how that works. And so she's in the background. She could pin. I don't know if she can comment while she's in the background, though. Can you comment while you're in the background, Britt? I don't know what she was. Oh, okay. I didn't realize that. Okay. Yeah, so she's able to be in the background, and therefore she can change like the screen in the back. I can't go to Discord because it goes my StreamYard, but I'm here. Okay, yeah. So she pinned that comment. Yeah. So we're kind of learning, and we're learning that if I have somebody on the background with me, she can do certain things. So like if I can't do it, you kind of need another person to be up here to do it. So this YouTube thing is really a learning curve. My son was here before for about 45 minutes trying to show me how to use it. And yeah, it's a learning curve. So it's definitely going to take some time to really get used to it and stuff. But I think that with due time, we'll get it figured out. um, what's nice is which you can't do on TikTok. You can share things, you can show pictures, you can do different things. So there's a lot of things that you can do on here that you can't do on there. I will probably go live on TikTok right after this, just because I haven't seen everybody. And I just want to kind of get an idea of who is, thank you, Chelsea. I want to get an idea of, who's coming to YouTube and who's not, and who's on TikTok and who's not, and if they're getting notified and stuff. So I'll probably do that in the beginning, a little bit of both, until I can, make a smooth transition. So it's a lot of content creating, because the more content, the more followers, and that's how you build your platform. Thank you, DB. You don't do the TikToks? Well, I'm glad you're here. I really am, because I do really like YouTube. It's just a learning curve, but it does seem like a lot less drama. So I like it here. It's just that, once you build your platform on once you build a platform in one place, you have to now kind of rebuild it. So that's the tough part, but with due time, it'll happen. Anyway, I appreciate you guys being here tonight. That's all the information that I had to share tonight. I will be on TikTok in a few minutes, just like I said, to catch up with everybody over there. But look out for my videos. I do have a few videos coming up within this week and next. So look out for those videos. And you'll see, like I said, there's one about Devin Perkins, and then there's a new case that I will be posting to TikTok. So you guys will be able to see that. And I'll share when the video will be going live. So anyway, thanks for coming tonight, guys. I appreciate it. I'm excited to get going with you guys on YouTube. I have to just keep going live on here. It's a little awkward in the beginning. It's a small audience, but you got to kind of keep doing it to grow the audience. So thanks again. Have a great night, everyone.